Good look, can you at least fight back? No. At least something. At least fight back, something.
The video actually shows that she was not fighting nobody back. She had nobody over there to help her.
Shanquella Bernarda Robinson ran several boutique beauty and children's hair braiding businesses called Exquisite Kids in her hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina. On October 28, 2022, Robinson traveled to Mexico for a short vacation with a friend and 5 other companions: Khalil Cook, Malik St. Patrick Dyer, Winter Essence Donovan, Elise Michelle Hyatt, Dejanay Jackson, and Nazir Wiggins. They were calling themselves the Cabo Six and were looking forward to spending the week in a luxury apartment they rented in Cabo San Lucas. A day after the group arrived, shortly after noon, Shanquella's mother, Salamandra Robinson, received a phone call from one of the six saying that her daughter was ill and they had called a doctor to visit the house and diagnose her sickness. She suggested that Shanquella be taken to an emergency room, but her daughter's travel companions lied to her, claiming that her daughter's travel insurance was of no use in Mexico and that the emergency room required $5,000 in cash for her daughter to be seen. Shortly after, Dr. Carolina Beatriz Ornelas Gutierrez from the American Medical Center arrived to the rental and found Shanquella in stable condition but dehydrated, disorientated, verbally unresponsive, unable to communicate, and appearing to be intoxicated. The explanation the Cabo Six gave for her condition was that Robinson had simply drank too much alcohol. Dr. Ornelas Gutierrez recommended that Shanquella be admitted to a hospital, but her travel companions insisted that they not leave their rental property and demanded she be treated in the room. During medical treatment, Dr. Ornelas Gutierrez attempted to administer an IV drip. However, an hour after the doctor's arrival, Robinson's condition worsened when she suffered a seizure. Her pulse began to drop and she began having trouble breathing before suffering cardiac arrest. The responding paramedics exhausted every effort to resuscitate Shanquella, but unfortunately, they were unable to revive her and she was declared dead shortly after.
They're saying it was alcohol poison. Later on that evening, they called and said that Shanquella had passed. And at that point, it just took my heart, crumbled up, just knowing my child was gone and I couldn't get there to her, could not do anything. They said the medics came, no one couldn't do anything, couldn't save her.
Mexican police officers arrived shortly after and interrogated Dr. Ornelas Gutierrez on her experience at the rental, in which she reiterated that she was called to treat a woman who had allegedly ingested too much alcohol. And when she arrived, she found Shanquella in stable condition, but recommended she be taken to a hospital, which her friends objected to. The Mexican authorities concluded that she had died of alcohol poisoning, and there was no clear evidence for murder. However, a week later, her autopsy was released, stating that Shanquella died 15 minutes after suffering a severe spinal cord injury, as well as an atlas luxation, which is a dislocation or separation to the skull from the first bone of the spine. The coroner's report made no mention of cardiac arrest nor alcohol.
That was the autopsy saying that her death had nothing to do with alcohol. She had a cracked spinal and say her neck had been broke. So that automatic let me know that she were jumped.
She stated that her daughter's body showed obvious signs of trauma: a knot on her head, a bruised face, swollen eye, and a busted lip. Shanquella's travel companions had also all come back with different, inconsistent stories. Some claim a maid found her unconscious, while others reported the doctor found her. While at first claiming that Shanquella had simply drank too much and died from poisoning, after the autopsy was released, slowly rumors about an alleged fight between the Cabo Six began to circulate.
Next day, I got a call saying that they was over there fighting. Nobody's putting on alcohol. They was jumping on her.
Weeks after she passed away, Shanquella's family held a funeral service for her in Charlotte in North Carolina to honor her memory. Robinson's family published a GoFundMe to raise money for legal fees to continue seeking justice for Shanquella. A cell phone video uploaded to Twitter began to go viral, showing a naked African-American woman being viciously beaten by one of her female companions in a bedroom of their Mexico rental.
Good look, can you at least fight back?
No.
At least something. At least fight back, something.
Salamandra confirmed that it was her daughter being beaten.
You think that that was your daughter?
Yes, that was my daughter.
Okay.
In the video, the attacker viciously punches Robinson in her head while violently yanking her neck, then throwing the victim onto the floor. The attacker then delivers further punches to Robinson's face and kicks her head before stumbling back to the other side of the room. The video raised questions about why not only nobody intervened in the brutal beating of a naked woman in the middle of a hotel room, but instead chose to record the beating on a cell phone.
The video actually shows that she was not fighting nobody back. She didn't even have a chance. All of them sitting there looking. No one tried to stop it. She had nobody over there to help her. There was nothing she could do.
The FBI opened an investigation into her death, but 5 months later announced that they wouldn't pursue any criminal charges. Unfortunately, to date, nobody has been charged with Shanquella's murder, and her family is still seeking justice.